In this video, we will learn an easy method to solve the 2x2 Rubik's Cube. This is the same method that Emily used to solve the Rubik's Cube 2x2 when she was just 3 years old. We believe this is the easiest method to learn to solve the 2x2 because we use the same 3YO beginner method that we used to solve the Rubik's 3x3.
Man, I'm already done.
But with only 3 steps and 2 easy algorithms. With over 3 million possible combinations, the 2x2 cube can be deceivingly difficult to solve until you know how. Once you learn to solve the 2x2 with this 3YO beginner method, it's easy to transition into more advanced methods. We will be using the same 3YO beginner method we used to solve the 3x3. If you haven't seen our 3x3 beginner tutorial, I recommend you do that first, but it's not absolutely necessary. First, we need to understand that a 2x2 cube is just a 3x3 without the center and edge pieces. It's just the corners of a 3x3, which makes it much simpler in most regards. If you can solve a 3x3, you can solve a 2x2 with the same method. Here we have the core of a disassembled 2 cube. Notice there's no center pieces like you would see on a 3x3. Like a 3x3, the 2x2 has 6 sides of different colors. But unlike a 3x3, the color of the sides is not determined by center pieces. For the most part, the colors are standardized with yellow opposite white, orange opposite red, and green opposite blue. This is important for familiarity and recognition. Bogger, blue, orange, green, red. To solve the 2x2 Rubik's Cube, we are going to use the same layer by layer method we used for the 3x3, minus the middle layer. For simplicity and familiarity, we will make white the bottom, which will make yellow the top. First, we solve the first layer, the bottom layer. It's important to notice this isn't just one side or face solved, but the entire face and the 4 sides of the layer. Next, we solve the last layer, the top layer, in 2 steps. First, we get all the yellows facing up on the top layer. Then we orient them correctly by fixing the sides of the top layer by shuffling the corners, which solves the entire cube. Before we begin, we need to learn some terminology and notation. Each of the 6 sides has a name. Whichever side is facing you is the front with all other sides relative to it. So from here we have the right, left, back, the top is called up, and the bottom is called down. Clockwise and counterclockwise turns are always as if facing the side being turned. A counterclockwise turn is called prime or inverted and is represented with an apostrophe or an I. To solve the cube, we have to pick a color to make the bottom. Beginners should always use the same color for simplicity and familiarity. We will use white as the bottom, which makes yellow the top. We need to build the first layer, the bottom layer, with the white pieces. Because we don't have any centers to determine the color of a side, as a beginner, we will just start by finding the white, orange, green corner. Let the white be the bottom and build the layer from there. Starting with this corner, now we just need to insert the other 3 corners in the bottom layer correctly to form the entire layer. I'll use some demo cubes with stickers removed for the pieces that we're not looking at. In order to build up this bottom layer, we need to find the pieces that go beside it. So we're looking for an orange-white to go right here, or a green-white to go right here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and find the orange. So here's the white, orange, blue. So what I want to do is place it right above its intended location. this piece needs to go here. That's its intended location. So for now, I'm going to place it right above here. Remember, there's no center, so we just have to remember this is our bottom. This side is green, this side is orange, so this side must be blue. Remember, bogger, blue, orange, green, red. One quick shortcut to place this above its intended location is notice these colors on the side. Once they match up, it's above its intended location. So for example, this cube scrambled the exact same way. This is our bottom layer. It's a little more confusing with all the other stickers. This is our bottom, this is our orange, this is our green. So what we want to do is, they don't match, so that doesn't go here. This one matches, but that's not a white bottom sticker, that's a top layer sticker. So it doesn't go here, doesn't go there. These two match. It goes right here. Okay, so now let's look at our other bottom piece with the green that we want to put right beside here. So if I go here, they don't match. They don't match. These two match, but that's a yellow, it's not a bottom. I have to match it up with the white bottom that I want to insert it. So that's just a little shortcut you can use. On a 3x3, it's a lot easier because you have centers and you match this up with the center. So for example, to insert this corner piece here, you would just match that center up and insert it. So when using this shortcut, it's important to remember we're building up the bottom layer from this piece. So we want to insert pieces relative to this piece. Okay, so let's go back to our orange blue. We want to insert it right here without knocking out any bottom layer pieces. An easy way to do that is if the white sticker is on the right side, you slap the white sticker and perform R, U, R prime. If the white sticker is on the left side, slap the white sticker and perform L prime, U prime, L. If you insert it the wrong way, it's pretty obvious and easy to fix. Again, if you insert it the wrong way, it's pretty obvious. This same blue-orange piece can be inserted from the left side if the white sticker is facing this way, or from the right side if it's oriented differently and the white sticker is facing this way. So when I do that, notice the orientation of the colors and which one's on top. If the orange sticker is facing up, you line this side blue up with this blue, red, white. Slap the white sticker and insert. But if this is not solved yet, then you don't have this blue reference. You'll just have to remember this is blue or notice this is orange and the orange goes here. You may be tempted to just spin it down like that, and that's okay if there's no solved piece here to kick out. But if there is a solved piece here, you just want to slap the white sticker and insert. If the white sticker is facing up, you can insert it that same way. What you want to do is bring that white sticker down to the side any number of ways. You can do an R, U2, R prime, and then just insert like you normally would, or from the other side. If a white sticker is in the bottom but in the incorrect location, just kick it out by inserting another piece in its spot. Move it to the correct location and insert like you normally would. If the white corner is in the correct location but oriented incorrectly, just kick it out and insert like you normally would. Remember, don't get hung up on notation and following instructions. Just think about what you're trying to do and find a way to do it logically. Now for the last layer, the top layer, we will learn tricks to flip and orient the pieces the way we want. To do this, we will learn two simple sequences called algorithms. The more you know, the faster you will be able to solve the cube, but to start with, we are only going to use two algorithms to solve the cube as a beginner.
Done. Done.
The algorithms we are going to use won't disrupt the first layer we have already formed. Now we must orient all the corner pieces so that the yellow sticker is on top. This is called Orient Last Layer, or OLL. There are only 7 possible arrangements or patterns of these yellow stickers, each with its own algorithm to get all the yellows on top. We are only going to learn one algorithm though, forward and backward. We start with the fish patterns, which get their name because somebody thought this looked like a fish. Notice that although these patterns look the same from the top, they are different because of the way the stickers are oriented on the sides. We call this one little fish and this one big fish. To solve the little fish pattern, we hold it with the up facing yellow sticker in this corner and a yellow sticker on the side facing us right here. And we perform the little fish algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, which gets all the yellows on the top face. Again, if you only have one yellow on top and there's no sticker right here facing you, then you have big fish and you have to hold it like this. So for example, these two look the same, but they're different because of the way the stickers are oriented. So we hold the big fish pattern like this and perform the big fish algorithm, which is just little fish backwards. R, U2 prime, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. Again, that's just the inverse of little fish. Once you know an algorithm well, it becomes intuitive to perform it forward and backwards without much thought or effort. A quick practice trick is if you have the yellow face solved and you perform the little fish algorithm, it sets up the big fish pattern. So you just do the big fish algorithm to solve it, which is little fish backwards. It solves it. If we do big fish again, it makes little fish. So that's a quick and easy way to practice those and have the muscle memory down in no time at all. The first of which we call double fish has 2 yellows on the left side and 2 on the right side. The second we call no fish has 2 on the left side and then 1 facing us and then 1 to the back. To solve double fish, place the yellow stickers to the left and to the right and then perform the little fish algorithm twice, hence the name double fish. Now as you can see, performing this algorithm twice, we do some unnecessary moves, namely this right prime right. But as a beginner, just go ahead and do them fully for now. To solve no fish, place the 2 corners that form a bar to the left side and hold it like this. Later in the video, I will explain and teach this easy algorithm. But for right now, we're just going to perform the little fish algorithm. Now if we turn the top, it made little fish. That's how we hold it. We just perform little fish again. All the yellows are on top. little fish. So if you get one of these 3 OLL patterns that we haven't gone over yet, just perform the little fish algorithm till we get one of these 4 that we do know. Little fish, big fish, double fish, no fish. So this is bug eyes, which just became big fish. This is Chameleon's ugly brother, which just became double fish. And this is Chameleon, which made Chameleon again. So if you don't get something you recognize, just do little fish again. And then now we have something we recognize. This is no fish, so we do it again to make little fish, and then last time. Don't worry about the inefficiency of all that because it won't happen that often, and when it does, it's just good practice for the little fish algorithm. Remember, we'll go over more efficient methods in the second half of the video. Now we have our first layer complete and all the yellows on top. We just need to position and shuffle the top correctly to match the bottom layer, which will solve the entire cube. Now we need to shuffle these corners so that they all match the sides. A quick and easy shortcut to do that is find 2 corners the same forming a bar. Place these to the back and perform an axis rotation X, then the algorithm R prime, U, R prime, D2, R, U prime, R prime, D2, R2. At this point, all your corners will be fixed. Just spin the top to match them up. Okay, so one more time a little faster. Find 2 corners the same. You can match them up with the color or not. It doesn't matter. You just have to place them to the back. If you want to practice that algorithm, just perform it, which sets it up. Now we have 2 corners the same, forming a bar. You can either turn the whole cube or you can just flick them to the back. It doesn't matter. Just make sure they're on the back. Do the axis rotation. If no side has 2 corners forming a bar, you'll have to do the algorithm twice. So it doesn't matter where you start from. You do it once, then you'll have 2 corners. You just have to find them, put them to the back. Again, they don't have to match this, just for example. And then perform the algorithm again. Now this algorithm looks and sounds more difficult than it really is, but it becomes muscle memory, plus we are combining several turns into one step. For example, right prime up, right prime is 3 distinct moves, but we do it in one step. So 12 turns becomes 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. The cube is now solved, or as Emily would say,
Man, I'm already done.
man, I'm already done. Sometimes you'll get a lucky skip and your last layer corners are already solved without you having to do the step.
3, 2, 1, down.
While this may seem difficult at first, with just a little practice it becomes quite easy. We learned the principle by which we plan to solve the cube and we only had to memorize 2 algorithms. The rest is just practice and patience.